Guys, we are back with the newest from FMS. We have a new FCX10, officially licensed by Land Rover. This thing is beautiful. Now, I did unbox it, and my box came damaged, so thankfully, my truck was in one piece. And I mean, you know, because it's licensed, the scale details on this thing are absolutely incredible. Normally, I don't add all the stuff right away, but Cheyenne, you know, I think she wants one of these in real life, so she took it upon herself to add all this stuff. Now, if you look, the windshield wipers do move. It would be cool if they were on a servo. The mirrors fold in just like the real model. You have the fuel tanks up top. I mean, all in. FMS is just knocking it out of the park with these. Now, the FCX10s are extremely capable vehicles, right? I did the Bronco. The Bronco actually has some more detail, not more details, more features that I would have liked to see on this, which I'm going to get into in a second. But I mean, all in, these are incredible crawlers. So with all that being said, let's turn this thing upside down. Let me show you the first thing, which they upgraded on this, is how you open it. So if you look here, you see these little things right here? These are the quick release. So I only turned it upside down so I could show you that. But you twist those and this thing comes apart. Now, the first thing we're going to notice right here is the magnetic lighting system. And yes, I did say lighting system. That's the lighting module. You see all the wires for the taillights, the headlights, and even the bar up top. All works. We don't have to connect or disconnect any plugs when we take the body off, which is a big plus. All that happens is these make contact with this right here, and the lights turn on. So that's a huge thing. Now, another thing they did, which I like, is that the mud guards are installed already. On the Bronco, I had to install these myself. Motors up front, it is a brushless motor. Oh no, it's a brush motor. That's interesting. It's a brush 32T motor. Well, it is up front, it is a crawler, so I'm sure it is fine. I'm running a 2S 2200 milliamp battery. The battery is way too small. I don't have one that's meant for this. You probably want a bigger battery for CG if you're going to be crawling, you know, at crazy angles, which this is going to be capable. These tires are extremely soft. And guys, all in, it's just, you know, FMS makes beautiful models. So, with all of that being said, let's turn this thing on. Little power switch right here. I'm going to go over everything on the remote, so let me not even do that yet. Let's put this cover back on. All you got to do is kind of pop it in, make sure these clips, that's it, we're in. Now, to turn it on, I like how you don't have to actually take the body off. There's a switch inside the wheel well. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's a waterproof switch. That little white is covering the actual switch. So I'm going to hit it right here. And that's it, guys. Our truck is now on. Now, real quick, let me just show you. On the remote right here, you see this switch? This is how you turn the lights on and off. So when you push it up, are the lights on or off? I can't see. Let's see. Oh, there you go. So off, on, off, on. Now the other switch we're gonna use, this actually I don't think is used. This one right here is high and low gear. So you're gonna hear it when I push it, you're gonna hear this thing make a sound. It's the servo actually moving what's going on, you know, in the transmission. So you hear that right there. Now let's see, man. So that's obviously low gear. Now remember, this is a crawler, man. It's gonna be this slow. Little brush motor. You could probably upgrade that if you wanted to. That is full speed in low gear. And then now I'm gonna push it. Now we're in high gear. All right, high gear is good. That looks like a walking pace. Smooth power though. Woo, probably wheelie. All right, guys, let's see. We got some piles of sand and some dirt over here. Let's see the crawling capabilities. I'm going back into low gear. Let's see how she performs. I can tell you with how soft those tires are, the traction that this thing has is going to be incredible. And we're digging, and we're digging. This thing looks sweet. Here's what I want to do, because it has that auto brake. Let's throw this thing up top. Ugh. All right, let's see. I lost the fuel tank. Guys, I'm literally here. Look at my hand. It stops itself, right? So it has that auto brake. So it's a crawl feature. So I'm going to go a little bit. And we're stuck. Power's through. I'll tell you what, that brushless motor got plenty of power. Let's get out of the sand. Let's try the dirt over here. See if I can make it to the top of the mound. Well, I'll tell you what, you're not going to stop those tires. This thing has plenty of power. I'm liking it. You know, I don't crawl that much. I'm not really much of a crawler. I much rather bring these things to the beach. I'm a beach guy, man. Messing around in the sand. And that's where the other FCX, the Bronco that I reviewed, it had locking diffs. And that was a big plus that this one doesn't have. So the Bronco, I was able to lock the front diff, lock the rear diff separate. You could also change from two-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. And for me, that was like a huge plus. You know, just being able to go front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive. So I kind of think they should have did that on this. I'm not sure why they didn't. And now I'm going back into full speed. Yeah, she performs well. Now, I do want to see something. You know, with the lighter battery, I think it might be a little top-heavy. So I'm going to go full speed and turn and see if this thing flips over. So I'm full speed, turning. Nah. You know, I thought for sure it was going to flip itself. That suspension holds true. That's actually pretty impressive right there. Full speed up the hill. I'm not letting off the throttle. Guys, it works a lot better climbing that hill in low gear. So that's the thing. It's actually a low gear, right? It doesn't just change the motor power. It actually changes the gear, and that's what you hear. Here, let's get close to this thing. I want you to actually hear that. Get closer. Get closer. You ready? Let's see if we can see it. Nah, you can't see that servo. But I mean, for what it is, guys, it's a good-looking scale model. This would be the perfect model to attach a trailer to if you guys have a boat or something like that. And I'm excited, you know, I hope it snows this year, and I'm excited to use this one in the snow. I can't believe it doesn't flip over. It feels top-heavy. And you know what's crazy? If we had that bigger battery, the CG would be even better, and it would keep it planted a little bit better. But I thought for sure this thing was going to flip itself over. So FMS coming in clutch with another scale model. Really wanted to get to the top of that. It goes good in the sand. These tires, I mean, people aren't going to understand until, you know, they actually feel how soft these tires are for themselves. But these tires are, the first time I flipped, these tires are incredibly grippy. Like, they're so soft. Super Marsher. I like this thing. Like I said, man, not my typical style RC, although I do enjoy crawlers. I much rather bring them to the beach. You know, here on Long Island, there's not too many cool, like, you know, RC trails, or it's hard to find, like, a ton of mud and stuff to use these things in. But that's where this would really thrive, right? If we had, like, a mud pit or something, and I could go mud bogging with this. But, I mean, you see, you're not stopping the gearing on this. Let's see if it can burn out on the grass. Yeah. Plenty of power. So that little brush motor holds true, man. Full speed. Well, it's not going to get stuck. I'm going at the low gear. I'm going to be all tangled in those wheels. Plenty of power. Guys, FMS, man, coming in clutch with another cool scale model. As you see inside, we do have that little guy driving it. The steering wheel, unfortunately, does not actually steer. I think they should have did that as well. But, I mean, it is scaling there, right? You have your gear, high and low levers. The seats look great. Up top, this is actually wood. You know, it's just all in, man. It's a cool scale model, something that would look great on a shelf. And if you guys don't want to have it on a shelf, bring it out, beat it up. You're not going to get this thing stuck. And I hope to see a lot of you using these things that, you know, if you guys pick one of these up, seeing you use these things in mud pits, because that is ideally what I would like to do with it. Like I said, unfortunately, finding mud out here is definitely difficult. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this, the link is down below. And I believe FMS is giving me a discount code for you guys watching. So try that at checkout and you might save some money. And as always, I appreciate you watching. Until next time.